Circles.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, bonjour, bonsoir. It depends where you guys are watching us from. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited today because today is day 2 that we're coming back again on fire, definitely with my two beautiful co-hosts and our special guest, Dr. Lovella. So we are so excited. We yesterday we starting, covering chapter 1 from the book, The Confession of a Black Woman. So I'm so excited today. Good evening, ladies. How are you tonight?
Well, good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Day
How are
two.
you?
We're doing good, Dr. Lavella. Good to have you guys. So, again, merci beaucoup encore pour ce soir. C'est Coach Jeanine avec Umoja Global Network. Nous sommes vraiment dans la joie encore de venir ce soir. Aujourd'hui, c'est le deuxième jour avec Dr. Lavella, avec son livre. Donc, nous sommes vraiment dans la joie parce que nous allons continuer. Hier, nous avons commencé avec le chapitre 1, là où elle était en train de parler comment nous pouvons reprogrammer notre façon de faire les choses et aussi proclamer euh, beaucoup de choses. En tout cas, je n'ai pas envie d'entrer dans les détails, mais surtout, il faut acheter le livre. J'espère que vous avez acheté le livre. C'est $8. Tu peux prendre les 2 livres, mais si tu veux seulement acheter le livre qu'elle est en train de parler et d'enseigner, tu peux aussi acheter. On va mettre les liens dans le chat, comme ça, vous pouvez encore acheter, comme ça, ensemble, nous pouvons continuer à discuter par rapport à ce bouquin. Donc, merci beaucoup. Thank you, guys. I hope, ladies, you are taking your note today. Again, you're going to take some pen and pencil and your notebook because, again, this is a class, this is a movement. So, we
Mm-hmm.
want you guys to come and with questions and really asking because me and Coach Tina, we were just talking about this earlier. We take some takeaway notes and we just, be able to chat because it really bless us. So we have homework for you guys, and
Mm.
I hope you're gonna come back again. I hope you all of the ladies do here last night. You were blessed. So hopefully tonight you can be able to seeing like an echo or something. But again, today again it's a special day. We're just gonna dive in deeper again and Coach Tina, take it
Yes.
away.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Emoji Global Network. I almost got it wrong, but I got it. Welcome to the show. We have Dr. Lavella here, going to be talking about the confession of a Black woman. We had a good conversation on yesterday. She gave us some great nuggets, and we talked about the mask, and she's going to elaborate on that more on chapter 1, and we'll go into other things. If you have any questions, please feel free to put your questions in the chat. And if you have not purchased the book, please go purchase the book so you can follow along with us for the next. We're on day 20. We have 19 more days after the day. So you have time to come and join us and follow along with the book and gain more knowledge.
Absolutely, getting more knowledge and knowing who you are because I want you to really embark on this journey that we did, me and Coach Tina, we already did. So definitely come and really sit down so you can be able to have these nuggets that will help you to discover who you are and the gift that God has put inside of you so you can be able to be all of that you've been you meant to be and also do more and be able to release. So yesterday we were talking about releasing all that fear, releasing all that negativity, but also another thing is those invisible walls. Yesterday we talked about that too. So I really hope many of you really took time to reflect on what was taught last night, and we're just going to continue day 2. So welcome again, Dr. Novella. Take it
Welcome,
away.
welcome to
Yes.
Confessions of a Black Woman book discussion. Day two, day two. Can y'all
Yes.
hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we
Okay,
can hear
good.
you.
So welcome for those that were able to join us on yesterday. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you not only had a takeaway, but you have aha moment and self-reflective moments. And for those that are joining us on today, get a friend, tell a friend, share the link, and let them know that they would not only be benefit from this segment, but they will be able to have a new experience, and also to tap into who they are as a woman, based on the confessions of a Black woman that we're having on today. And again, this is just day 2 of day 21. We are excited about that. And just a little bit about what the Confessions of a Black Woman is. Confessions of a Black Woman is a powerful testimony or testimonials of the resilience, strength, and beauty of a woman, Black woman. This book invites readers, you, to be intimate or be in intimate spaces where you're vulnerable. Your vulnerability meets courage. You're presenting on or presented unfiltered truths. You're dealing with raw yet emotions, untapped emotions, and you're dealing with unapologetic reflections of your multifaceted experience as a woman. So through this book, you will be able to reclaim your identity, because there are identities, but you'll be able to reclaim narrative, your narrative, because there are many narratives. There's his truth, her truth, their truth, your truth. And so therefore you will be able to reclaim and hold on, embrace your narrative. You will be able to celebrate yet your heritage. A lot of us, we celebrate people, but some of us don't know how to celebrate ourselves. And you'll be able to honor yet your legacy. Look at your legacy with a new lens. Look at the validity. Look at the foundation of your legacy. And if you are building a legacy and you're struggling with identity because of your brokenness or what you've ever have went through over the past, now you'll be able to look at the foundation of your legacy with, again, a new lens. Now you'll be able to contribute. And you have to know, while we're speaking about legacy, again, because you are carrying and you are birthing lineage, you will contribute a part of, or a segment, or a cut of yet your lineage, while now you're laying foundations for the generations to come to be able to
Yes.
add yet contribute to
Oh,
your
yes.
legacy. But remember, you are the woman, the womb that's giving birth to this legacy. And so you'll be able to see it in your children's children as a reflection, or reflective, more a mirror of what you are implementing, building in the earth realm. And so again, reclaim who you are. And so you'll find in each chapter, you'll be able to tap in yet to the power. There are powers within us that we have yet to tap into, because we're either tapping into or recycling yet old powers, or old reservoirs, or old fluidity or fluids of current or currency in spaces that we have been. And we have yet to tap into the power within, or in some powers, or the potency of who we are. And so now you'll be able to see yourself differently, see yourself differently, yet in a mirror.
Yeah.
And now you'll be able to see the beauty of diversity. When we think about diversity, we think culture, culture, and we think different cultures, but at the same time, you yourself bring a diversity, a part of a continuum, or a cut of the diversity based on your contribution. You will tap into not only the value of the word of you, but how important your voice is, how important
Yes.
the essence of you is, how
Mm.
important the validity of how you show up, how you bring it, how important you are as you embrace your authenticity. So this book aims again to provide solace, inspiration, and empowerment. And also remind you, the reader, that your story is important. Sometimes we
Yes.
look at our stories and we dig at our stories, and we look at it with regret, with resentment. And do you look at your story? Well, I've done it, and be truthful, I've done it. At that point of time, I didn't have the wisdom, I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have the know-how. But now, because of where you're at, you have a different version of yourself. You think vision different, you're wired different. And now that part or era of your life brought value. It brought an education. It brought a new experience. Now you were able to embrace you. You were going through the spaces of self-discovery, healing, and now you're dealing with unapologetic self-love. Unapologetic self-love. And so my prayers, or my hope is that each day, as we build momentum in the continuum and we go into the fluidity of the crevices of your heart, the crevices of your soul, and also the crevices of your mind, that you would allow permission for us to go into these dark places, these forgotten spaces, these suppressed places, these places tucked away that you forgot, that tucked away from that womanhood because you don't want people to see the brokenness, how you were sheltered, how you no, those places or those places that broke you or bring about a breaking to you made you to be the person that you are today. And what was meant to kill you caused you to be a
Mm.
survival, and now you're thriving
Yes,
today.
sir.
And so people need to be able to hear that story. They need to be able to hear the tone, the frequency, or the depth of that wound that you have now recovered from. They need to be able
Yes.
to, because I'm saying that because even though I'm speaking to my young adult daughters, I have one of them, she'll tell me, but you don't understand. I said, I've been there. You don't understand. I said, we've been in different eras, but I've experienced that pain. So when you tell me you
Mhm.
don't understand, you are hearing the voice of an overcomer. So it doesn't make sense to you when I tell you I've been there because you don't see it. You
Yes.
don't see the pain. You see that I've overcome it. So when I'm telling you I've been there and I've experienced it, let me help you go through it. And she's like, she wants it, but she's rejecting it. But she's like, you don't understand my pain. I said, what it is, you'll have people with the same pain, but different faces. And at the
Mm.
same time, you'll find or a different outcome based on what they embrace, based on what they reject, and based on how they journey through that pain. Okay. And so I got to hear someone say, it's always not about the pain. It's not always about the pain, but it's always about your experience as a woman going through the
Yes.
journey of it. So at this point, I'm just going to, Jeanine, Coach Jeanine, do you have anything to add? That was just the introduction of it. Please, the paperback book is available on Amazon. If you would prefer the paperback book, please order it on Amazon. It's The Confessions of a Black Woman. You can look it up under my name. And also, if you would like to purchase the ebook for you to go along with us as we are journeying through those 21 days of healing, reconciliation to self, join us by purchasing, by clicking on the link and be able to get immediate download. You get two books for one for $8.99, and you'll be able to follow us through the journey of those 21 days. So, Coach Jeanine, do you have
Absolutely.
anything to add at this point, Coach Tina?
Yeah, I want to just encourage everybody to purchase also the workbook, just come along because it's going to help you to be able to go through all of these 21 days because we don't want you to miss. Every single day is different. Every single day, we just tap into what God has for us every single night. So please
Mm,
purchase the book and the workbook because we really want, because at the end of the 21 day, we want really to hear more, the testimony and the impact, what's, this journey I've done. And we know that many of you guys as servant leader, you have the story. So we can't wait to capture those moments, but also most importantly, we want you to discover who you are because it's really a journey that
mhm,
all of us we just embark. And you've been waiting for this. Your family, your friends, people around you, they've been waiting to see the best version of you. This is the process you need to be able to embrace and really go through that. So we hope you're listening right now and you can be able to share this live. Coach Tina.
Thank you so much for that, Coach Jeanine. And I'm glad you said the best version of yourself. And and you mentioned leadership. Again, I'm a PK kid. And in ministry, we've learned to identify ourselves through being the anointed or anointed one, or through the to the facade or the facets or office and or role of the fivefold ascension gift. And so what happened in that, based on the programming, the tutelage, the education, the matriculation, we've become those roles, and there's nothing wrong with that. We become those roles, we execute in those roles, we maneuver in those roles. And so I'm going to tell my truth. And in having that conversation with the Father, He had to let me know that what you're doing is a role. Motherhood is a role. The leader is a role. A wife is a role. He said, yet you have yet to know the person before the beginning of time. You have
Yes.
yet to know. He said, your parents call you Lovella. That's not my name for you. So I'm speaking to
Mm.
those that are not only religious, but at the same time that grew up in religion or Christendom. Yes, the anointed, or you being anointed one, you operating in the fivefold ascension gift. It is an office, a role. But even if you go a little further, it's an office, a role. And even that, you can go a little
Yes.
further. There's rank, rule, and reign. And you can also operate in your sphere of influence. We could do this dance all day long, but at the end of the day,
Yes.
when the Father presents himself to you, he's visiting the echo, and he want to hear the echo of himself. Because when you speak, when he visits, come to visit you, he is speaking yet to his consciousness. And so he's coming to hear an echo of himself. And when he presents himself to you, it's not about the fivefold ascension gift. You're the pastor, the leader, servant leader. You're the daughter of Mary, the sister of Joanne, or the auntie of Peter. He's coming to the one that he knows from the beginning of time.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Mm.
The spirit
Yes.
being
Yes.
from the beginning of time.
Yes.
From the
Mm.
beginning of time. So I said that to say this. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. That's how you discover who you are. Going through warfare, fighting, contending. That's how you're able to know your weaponry. That's how you're able to know how to fight and how to contend. But at the end of the day, it's only through those obstacles and those warfare, and you're backing up against the wall and you come out fighting, then you really tap into your inner strength.
Mhm.
Yes.
And you realize now from what stance you could fight and contend, because
Come
now
on.
it's
Yes.
only until there is again pressure, or you've been pressurized, that's when you're able to come out of the shell, and
Mm.
now you have nothing to lose.
Right.
And now
Mhm.
you're presenting yourself to what I'm saying. So dealing and knowing with the one, and I'm not even talking to the ones, because remember, Christ had, because a prophet has no honor in his hometown. So what am I
Yes.
saying? Is that how Pookie and them know you? They know you by your past experience, what you did, what you
Mm.
went through. They know a version of you. Now let you uproot and move, and now you're learning people, knowing new people. They're going to learn that version of you. And now as you grow, excel, and as you level up, and now you go back into your hometown, and you're no longer that person because you've outgrown that person and that shell, and you move and
That's
you
right.
maneuver differently. The first thing they say, who do you think you are? Because they are expecting the same person. They don't expect for you to evolve, though they say it. I'm speaking to somebody. Though people say you're going to grow, evolve, you're going to stretch, move, maneuver. When reality is, how dare you move on, stretch, grow without
Mm.
me? You see what I'm saying? So I'm
Mm.
speaking to
Yes.
those that are leveling up. And when we talk about the mask, even though we might say, well, I'm not really literally wearing a mask. We do wear a mask, a facade.
Yes.
We put on a
Mhm.
face.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We put
Yes.
on a face. And what does the mask do? The mask conceal our true identity.
Mm-hmm,
Yes.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the mask also help us shape our interactions, perception, and experiences in the world.
Yes.
And because you not willingly, I'm going somewhere with this, because you
Yes.
did not willingly put on that mask was given to you as a child. Do
Mhm.
this. Won't you act like so and so? Won't you act like your cousins? Won't you do this? Won't you comb your hair this way? Won't you do this? Won't you do that? So every day they've been teaching us to wear a mask. They've been cloning us,
Mm.
programming us to be able to maneuver differently, speak differently.
That's right.
So therefore, you have to wear a mask. Again, behind the mask, it has our vulnerabilities, fears, and insecurity, presenting a facade of strength and
Yes.
resilience. And we do it every day. We talked about this just a little bit yesterday. You know you're broken, you're going through something. And when someone asks you how you doing, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, we do this. I'm okay. I'm all
Yeah.
right. Immediately, you put on that facade of strength. Immediately,
Yes.
you put on that facade of resilience. You know you're breaking on the inside. You're about to lose it. Immediately, we put on that facade. I'm
Yeah.
okay. Yet this facade often comes at a cost as we
Mm.
navigate through the pressure
Yes.
form to societal expressions and stereotypes. And sometimes we end up in some spaces due to our accolades, our degrees, and our careers that forces us to put on a facade. And that's where misery coming for some.
Mm.
Mhm.
Because now you have to dress the role, you got to look the role, you got to carry yourself in a certain way because of the spaces.
Yes.
And so the concealment of the mask, again, it shapes our identity, and we lose the truthness or the nakedness to our own selves. The mask hide our fears, insecurity, and
Mm-hmm.
also it has our resilience.
That's right.
Moving forward, we're going to talk about the mask, the complexities of the mask, and also how to identify it, and how to confront it. We deal with the mask every day. How? At the same time, the mask serves as a shield protecting us from judgment, discrimination, prejudices that we face as Black women in society. It allows us to navigate spaces that we may not always be safe or welcome, where we may
Mm-hmm.
not always be safe or
Yes.
Yes.
welcome,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
providing us with a sense of security and control in an often hostile world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The mask
Yeah.
lies in the sense of a feeling of disconnecting us from between our true self and the personas we present to others. We may be
Mm-hmm.
struggling to reconcile due to the expectation placed upon us. Again, we talked about
Come
that
on.
yesterday. A lot of us are
Yes.
living
Yes.
lives that have nothing to do with
Yes.
us. We are
Yes.
fulfilling other people's expectations.
Yes.
And
Mm.
even though we are grown with kids, we are still trying to live up to the expectation of others. I don't
Yes.
want them to see
Mm.
me fail. I'm not
Mm.
going to fail. I'm going to show them. I'm going to prove myself to them. Again, living up to the expectations of
Yeah.
others.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so with that, now here it is, you're grabbing because of these, living up to the expectations of others, it reveals your inadequacy.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it exposes imposter syndrome, and it also
Yes.
deals with self-doubt. If you are finding yourself trying to prove or lift yourself to others, I don't want, no, I'm going to prove my point to them. They're going to see. And these are the voices, the narrative that's saying you're not going to amount to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
fulfill. And now here it is, now you're proving, you're moving, you're working overtime to show
Yes.
and or prove them wrong.
Mm.
Imposter syndrome,
Yes.
Yeah.
inadequacy,
Yeah.
moving forward. And also, um, with that, we have to learn to embrace our authenticity. We have to
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
recognize these multifaceted nature of women's our identity. So even in, I'm saying this because again, you're saying mask. That's a strong word. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm true to myself. I'm true to myself. Well, get in some spaces based on your accolades, based on your degree, based on your job, on your career, and you'll see what pressure does to you.
Mm.
Yes.
See what pressure does to you. This is putting on a face or a facade when you know you only have $5 to your pocket and you know you got to go to work and have nothing to eat. Got
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
to work and
Yeah.
have
Yes.
nothing to eat.
Uh-huh.
But
Yes. Yes.
you
Yeah.
Yes.
on
Yes.
E
Woo.
and you're trying to make it home because you don't know if you're gonna be able to make it home. But you
Yes.
okay, yeah, I'm okay. You go, look, you got, and you in the bathroom praying and you're trying to work it out. God, work it. Don't forget about me, whatever. Ooh, and you over here struggling because you on E and you got $5 to your name for the whole week and you don't
Yes.
know how you're gonna make it. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying
Yes.
when you're
Yes,
pressurized by the
sir.
struggle of work, by the struggle on the job, or by
Yes.
Mm.
oppression, that's how you know you're wearing the mask.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't want to ask them, "You need help? Can I help you?" No, because I don't want them to think. That's where pride steps, and I want them to think that I'm that low. I'm not. I don't want to.
Yeah.
That's where the mask
Mm-hmm.
comes in. So steps to confronting the mask. I'm gonna stop right here. Coach Jeanine, do y'all have anything that you wanted to add to it before I tap into confronting the mask?
I was gonna just say that just
Go
truly
ahead.
loving yourself, and that to help
Mm,
you uncover those insecurities and those doubts, and actually living up to your expectations and not others. That's where you have to start loving on yourself first, and
that's a good
that's
question.
a
So,
great
Bettina, how
key.
do they do that?
Yeah.
How do they do that? How do they truly love themselves? Because again, remember we touched on this yesterday. Some have ended up in some relationships because they don't know how to love themselves. But because he wore the cape, they end up in a
Yeah.
relationship,
Hmm.
um, you know, with someone because they didn't love themselves enough. Some are so broken. Remember, pain blinds you. So how can
Yeah.
you love yourself if you're rejecting yourself?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you said that because we're going to talk about that. How can one
Hmm.
love themselves?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we get into a relationship where he loves us more than we love ourselves.
That's
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
And we put on a false expectation on him or a burden on him, and he don't love me, he don't, and pressurizing this man for him to show proof that he loves you. so he could continue to showcase his love for you. I don't know why I went here, but you yourself don't love yourself enough. Why you got to jump brooms and jump over every hurdle just to prove to you that he loves you when
Mm-hmm.
you don't love yourself?
Yeah.
Mm. I hope that was for somebody because I just went there. I went there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that,
So
Coach Tina. So
You're
steps to
welcome.
confronting the mask.
mm,
Confronting the mask in which the mask shapes our identity requires a deep
mm,
and introspective journey into our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. And here are some that navigates the process. Again, we're just giving you a glimpse of the book. I'm excited about this. We're
mm,
just tapping into chapter one just a little bit. And self-reflection. What does that look like? Self-reflection. And a lot of us don't know how to spend time with ourselves. And if we do spend time with ourselves, we have to surround ourselves with so much noise because the quietness or the stillness reminds us of how we're losing it mentally.
oh my
So we don't know
goodness.
how to be still. We don't know how to
Mm,
be quiet. And then in today's society, if you're quiet, and, woman of God, I'm praying for you over here. I'm praying. And I'm like, what makes you think I'm going, through warfare? Well, you're just kind of quiet. Just because I'm
mhm.
still don't mean I'm going through turmoil. Some people don't know how to be still.
Yes.
Mm.
They don't know how to silence the environment, silence the atmosphere, silence, or don't have inner peace where you could be in a
Mm,
room full of noise and still silence everything around you. Tune out. They don't know what that self reflection look like. So they have
mm,
the TV on. They have to have social media on. Everything on for them to fall asleep, to
mm.
tune out the
Yeah.
reality of life.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
Reality of life. So take time to look at your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors and consider. My daughter asked me all the time. She said, "You okay? You okay?" I said, "I could rock it by myself." I said, "I could do so much by myself. Why? I'm quiet. I'm at peace with myself." You see what I'm saying? At
Mm.
that point, some people just don't know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so how they may be influenced by societal expectation and stereotypes. Ask yourself questions such as this one: what mask do I wear in different areas of my life? How
Mm,
do these masks impact my sense of self-worth and identity? So self-reflection, journal, write, be quiet, be still,
right.
hear the noise, tune
Mm,
in to the noise. Because again, you'll find when you be still, your heart is crying out or your soul is crying out. There's a
Mm.
contradiction between your consciousness and your heart. And there's a
that's right.
Yes.
contradiction between your heart and your soul. Your soul
Mm-hmm.
have been speaking to you loudly, it's been crying, but you ignore it. And here it is now. The earth is giving you signs and signal, but the heart is overriding the signals. So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
therefore, you have to fine tune yourself so you can be able to tap into consciousness and to hear it and allow God's voice to override, or the voice of the universe to override and drown the
Mm,
doubt, drown the fears, drown what comes to hmm, to speak loudly and remind you of your fears and and your worries and you're not going to make it and I don't know how I'm going to again
Yes.
self-reflection journal. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Two, identify the pattern. Pay attention to reoccurring patterns or themes in your life. Pay attention
mm,
to
mm,
reoccurring patterns or themes in your life. And I was having this conversation the other day, and the woman was saying, "Well, the guy just got to pray, pray, pray about it." And I said, "Must I be a silly woman and keep praying over the same thing and same thing over and over and over?"
Yes.
My father
yes.
already. So
Yes.
and this is me. We're having this conversation because you're looking for a ride or die buddy. I'm not sitting here gonna be a ride or die buddy for you. No, sitting here swinging, sitting in my wheelchair until God responds. No, God is waiting on me, and so I
Mm,
had to recognize not only a pattern, but I had to recognize the reoccurring narrative that was coming to keep me complacent.
yes.
Yes.
Mm,
There's
oh,
narratives, there are some echoes that you are
yes.
hearing that's going to keep you complacent.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because
Yes.
y'all hear
Yes.
the same language and have the same verbiage and the vernacular, that don't mean that y'all pace while you're walking and going and the journey remains the same.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Okay, so the recurring patterns and or themes in your life, particularly those related to conformity, people
Yes.
pleasing, or
Yes.
self-censorship. And
Hmm.
after I had that conversation, she got mad at me. I haven't heard from her since. No, I will not do this with you. We're not doing this.
Yeah.
We're not gonna rock
Mm-hmm.
it like this. I'm not
No.
I said, I will
Yeah.
not my grave, Mr. Rebel.
Mm-mm.
Well, no. This is not the life that God has designed for me. I had to shut
Yes.
it down.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Shut it down.
No,
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
doing it. Notice
Yes.
It's
when you feel
self-love.
pressure to conform. I'm going to say it again.
Mm.
Notice when you feel pressure to conform, to stay
Yes.
put, to stay stuck. Maybe don't
Mm.
go societal expectations to
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
suppress aspects of your identity to fit in.
Mm.
Mm.
Here recently, I had to tell them, no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I just said,
Yes.
why are you calling me? Why are we having the same
Yes.
conversation? Why are we doing
Yeah.
Yes.
this? Why are we doing
Yeah.
this? I'm not
Yes.
doing
Mm-hmm.
this. I'm not
Yep.
going on this road.
Mhm.
It's a cycle. I recognize the cycle. When I didn't know any
Yeah.
Yes.
better, I kept doing this with you. But because I
Yes.
recognize the
Mm-hmm.
cycle, I
Mm-hmm.
break that
Yes.
cycle. I will continue to break the cycle, and you will not cause me to go down that road again. And guess what? They get
Right.
upset. Recognize,
Right.
identify
Yes.
patterns. Number three,
Mm-hmm.
challenge assumptions, which means questions the assumption and beliefs that underline the mask you wear. Are these beliefs
Mm.
based on truth or authenticity? Or are they influenced by an external pressure or expectation?
Mm-hmm.
Challenge yourself to think critically about the narrative you're internalizing about what it means to be
Come
a
on.
woman
Yes.
in society.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Challenge yourself. Talk to
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Is
Mm-hmm.
this you? What is really going on behind the scene? Why
Yes.
are you think? Why are you so low? Why did you come up from your high place? I
Yes.
remember I was talking to God, and I said, God, please, I'm praying, and I'm doing this, and I'm giving him the list. And the Father telling me, he said, why are you praying for what you already possess? And he was
Mm-hmm.
questioning me, why did you come in from your high place? He said, you are the vault. Why are you questioning me for something that you could legislate in the atmosphere? And
My
that's what was
Mm-hmm.
God
goodness.
telling me,
Yes.
baby, you are
Yeah.
too low.
Woo. Yes, sir.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
too low. Guess what? We all go through something that brings us to our lowest point. Okay? It's
Mm-hmm.
going to take us there. It's going to drive us there. And what it is, it causes a disconnection between you and the creator. A disconnection
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
from faith to now
Yes.
fear. Faith to
Mm-hmm.
unbelief. Fear to doubt. Faith
Mm.
to doubt.
Yes.
Challenge yourself. Now seek support. Reach out to trusted friends, family
Yes.
members, and or mentors who can provide support. Repeat.
Right.
Who can provide support, which will hold you
Mm.
accountable and say, I hear what you're saying, but what you gonna do about it?
All right.
Yes.
Come on.
Right.
Come
Come
on.
on.
Yes.
That's my
Yes,
connection. I
sir.
hear what you're saying, but what you gonna do about it? And sometimes
Yes.
I'm like, you done? You done?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Provide support and guidance as you navigate, as you continue to move, as you are in the
Yes.
continuum, as you are now
Mm-hmm.
exiting your as you're exiting your Egypt, as you're exiting coming out of your place of dryness, as you're exiting, my God, out of the place. I don't know why I'm saying that place of dryness, as you're navigating out this process of self-exploration.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Self-discovery never ends.
Mm. Mm.
It
Mm-hmm.
never
And
ends. A
to Dr.
supportive,
Lovella.
supportive team, a
Mm-hmm.
community, if you will. Go ahead, Coach
Mhm.
Jeanine.
I just want to make sure that actually I'm seeing on the chat here. Again, Coach Danielle, she's saying that it's time to confront the mask and pain will blind you. That's for sure. That is for sure. And what you just mentioned that is
Mm,
you need to really make sure that you have women and men who really give you the direction and listening to you,
mm.
but also say, what are you going to do about it? So that's something that, a
Do about it.
safety place we need to create that. Maybe you did not have that before, but you need to create for you. Could be maybe a mentor, could be somebody that you trust, could be a family member or not. So definitely creating that space of that you can come and just be vulnerable, and then listening to what the direction, because you might need some direction to be able to go to the next one. So thank you again, Dr. Level. I keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, listen
Man,
to what
my
God
daughter's gonna
download
get
in your
mad at me.
spirit.
Man,
Yeah.
yes, I have my daughter. She's gonna get mad at me. She when I listen to her, I say, So what are you gonna do about it? Oh, you're not listening to me. You're not
Yeah.
listening. I said, I am. I said, but you
Yeah.
want me to agree with you. And I said, we could agree to disagree, but you want me to agree
Mhm.
with you, cross my legs and say and be in a place of, oh my God, here we go. No, I heard you. Now, what are you gonna
Yeah.
do about it?
Yes.
Exactly.
What's
Yeah.
your
What action you
next?
gonna take?
Yes, madam.
Mm,
I don't hear from her for a couple of days, and then she called back and said, "Ma, you were right." And I
yeah.
said, "Because I'm not going to always be here, but I want you
Yeah.
to know that you have to have an A, B, and C plan. What
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
is your plan? How are you going to get from
Mm,
A to B?
come on. Yes.
Yes.
What are you going to do?" And you're right. I said, because the world out there is mean. They don't care
Yeah.
about your A and B plan.
But no.
Mm-hmm.
They're just going to do you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And your plan too, sometimes it's gonna conflict. So
So seek
even though
support.
you, yeah, and you find your seek support, and maybe people around you, you don't have that kind of support, create another one or go somewhere else. Maybe you need to change your environment and go somewhere else. Maybe you've been accustomed,
Ooh.
to those people. You've been accustomed to those, but they're not going where you're going. So
Yeah.
hey, maybe you have the wrong team. Change it. Look for people
Yeah.
who, okay, they will hear you, but
Ooh.
also give you direction.
Yeah.
I just
Especially if
gonna
you're
stop
seeking
right
Mm,
support.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah.
mm,
You seeking
mm, mm. That
support
was
from
good. That was rich.
you like you seeking support
That was
from
rich.
someone and they're not giving you the support. You should move on.
Yes. Yeah.
You should not stay there and just
Mm,
waddle in that self-pity. You
Mm-hmm.
just get up, move to another space
Yes.
that's gonna enrich your life, and
Mm-hmm.
you actually take action on the steps that you need to improve your life.
Absolutely.
And thank you so
Woo.
much for that, Coach Tina,
Love
because
Lovella.
when you moving from point A to point B,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have faith. You
Mm-hmm.
have to, because you will see the end. You might not see the middle, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to have faith to get up and move, get up and
Mm.
go. And they'll ask me, what are you doing? Oh, I'm moving to Atlanta. Oh my God, just like that. No, but God shows, what are you doing? I'm moving back to Texas. Dude, like, you could just get up and go. Trust. It's not about getting up and go. It's about having the faith to get up
That's right.
and
Yeah.
go
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
trust in God. And trust there's always people looking at you. Because even in that the other day, the same one, oh, she gonna get me today. And she was like, Mom, could you tell me why you why are you praying about that? She said, God has always had your back and he has always covered you and he's always come through for you. Could you tell me
Mm-hmm.
why are you praying about that particular situation? And at that point, I
Mm.
had to be still. And I said, You are right. And I said, But I'm still laying my petition before him. But she was like, But why though? Every
Mm.
time you were in the
Mm.
bank, your back is up against the wall, God come through for you. And at that point,
Yes.
God had me still to be able to listen because that was
Mm.
her lesson for her to see God
Right.
move his
Mm-hmm.
hand concerning
Yes.
me. So why am
Yes.
I saying
Mm.
that? Even in your moving in faith, you might not know your end. You might not know the middle part, but you see the end. You might be, oh my gosh, I don't see it at
That's
the
right.
moment.
Yes.
You're going crazy, but you're moving in faith. Do it anyhow. And
Yeah.
and God always, I've been in some places like the airport, whatever. I've seen people that just pack up. They didn't have a
Mm.
warning, and they're just moving
Yes.
from state to state, going in
Yes.
here. I just put gas in my car, and I got stuff in my car, and they're moving. Where you going? And I said, "Well, do you know where you're going?" No. When I get there, I'll worry about it.
Yeah.
Do you have a home? Nope. When I get there, I'll worry about it.
Yeah.
And so God allowed me to run into those people to allow me to see their radical faith.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
the thing
Yes.
about it,
Radical.
not saying they do have the gratitude of God in their mouth, but I had to
Mm.
look at the relations of those within the church. They got to pray about it, get 10 confirmation, call everybody in
Yeah.
5 states for them to do what they have to do.
Mm.
And God had to allow me to see people that don't need those
Mm-hmm.
10 confirmation, those 10 phone calls, just get
Yes.
up and
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Trust him.
Radical
Yeah.
faith.
Right. Execute.
So what I'm saying,
Execute.
in your evolution and in your growth, And as you're
Mm-hmm.
going and you're maneuvering, there's some places and spaces that you're going to go that you have to have radical faith. You might not know anything until you get there. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Secret Service. You have
Yes.
orders to go, but you don't know nothing else until you get there.
Yep.
So this will also show you, prove to you how much do you rely on the Father. How deep
Mm-hmm.
is your relationship with the Father
Yes.
that you could just get up and go. And when you get there, you get your marching orders. Can you do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you rely on Him? Can you let your hair down and just totally rely on Him? Right? You know, that
Yes.
stressing out. Can you, I don't know why I'm going there, but can you totally rely on Him?
Yeah.
Just be,
Yeah.
you're in the, you're definitely in the military, soldier of the Lord, and so army of the Lord, and get your marching order to go. And when you get there, just wait. Trust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It speaks loudly about your trust. It
Mm-hmm.
speaks
Yes.
loudly. So we're talking about self development, and and you exploring, learning
Mm.
that you that not only that you have discernment, but you trust your intuition, but you also trust the Godhead of your life. At the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, lose everything, have
Mm-hmm.
nothing, but still trust the Godhead. Can you do that?
Yeah.
What does that look like for you? And
Mm.
that's how
Mm-hmm.
you know that you know about your foundation. You know that you know about the relationship that you have with the Father, because
Definitely. Yes.
it speaks loudly. It
Mm-hmm.
speaks loudly. Be mindful of the time. Any other questions before we? I have what, two more to finish the.
Absolutely. Just go for it, Dr. Lovella, so we
Okay.
can,
Yeah.
so we can
Okay.
wrap up after. Yeah.
Okay. Practice self compassion. Mm, mm, mm. Practice self compassion. We beat up on ourselves. We are so hard on ourselves. I do that a lot, and at the same time, I used to have a friend before she passed away. She said, "Oh, you did good," and I'm like, "This is not good enough." She said, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "I'm not going to give up until I achieve this goal." And guess what? When I achieve the goal, I keep going. And they're like, "Are you not pleased? Are you not satisfied?" I have another level of goal to go. So that's me, and I keep going. I keep going, and everybody like, "Oh my God, you did!" And I'm like, "Did what? Did what?" Achieving goals, practice self compassion. Because in my mind, it's not done until I check it off. You see what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
some
Yes.
of us are achievers, high achievers, and there's nothing wrong with that. But practice self compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Practice self compassion. Love on you, appreciate you, be gentle to you.
Mm-hmm.
Be compassionate with yourself as you uncover the layers, oh my God, of the identity and confront the mask you've worn.
Yes.
Recognize that this process may be challenging and uncomfortable at times, but it is
Mm.
an essential step towards greater self awareness and authenticity.
Yes.
Embrace who you are, embrace your authenticity. Commit to embracing your authentic self. Commit to reclaiming your truth. Take it back, put it back. Celebrate unique qualities and strengths. Celebrate unique, because you know we could celebrate everybody else. Celebrate the unique qualities and strengths
Come on.
and your vulnerability
Mm-hmm.
that make you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate
Mm.
who
Yes.
you are.
I need to do
And
that.
celebrate what makes you who you are.
Yes.
Honor. Now, again, celebrate the unique qualities about you, your strength, even your weaknesses.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Again, celebrate who you are. Now, let's go a little step further. Let's go a little step deeper. Honor the complexity and the richness of the identity of you.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Honor
Yes.
who
Come
you
on.
are.
Yes.
Honor the complexity.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, I'm weird, I'm goofy. Honor
Yeah.
who you are,
Yes.
the richness of who you are, and honor
Mm.
the identity of who you are. Honor who you are. Again, this is my daughter's day. She's going to kill me. She's going to kill me. So here it is. My hair was about a year ago, in Savannah. I put my hair in a ponytail. Okay, I'm telling myself, and they were laughing at me because my ponytail was just this short. Okay, oh mom, oh my God, that's embarrassing. Please put your hair down. Now I have a little bit more hair in my ponytail. Now, Lord, get your mama. She's celebrating that problem because my great grandmother is Portugal. She's from Portugal. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
she's celebrating that side of her. Please get your mama.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm laughing. I said, well, when my hair was short like a stub, I was embarrassing y'all. Please don't on these people's street with your hair like that. Now it's come get your mama
Yes.
because she's showing that side of her. The Indian in her is coming out. The Portugal side is coming out. So I'm like, and this is me. There's no pleasing y'all. Leave me alone. Just laughing. What I'm saying, honor yourself, scars and all,
Yes.
bruises and all. Honor
Mm-hmm.
the
Wow.
richness of who you are.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an
Mm-hmm.
island woman, and I'll let you know quickly. Honor and for the past couple of years, because of religion, it was taking that away from me. So I
Mm-hmm.
was celebrating who I am as a fivefold ascension gift. I said, wait a minute, I'm a
Yeah.
Caribbean descendant, and I
Yes.
had to catch myself. So I had
Mm,
to start posting it, and I'm not ashamed. Look, I'm from the Caribbean, and I post it because religion will take away your identity, strip away from your identity,
yes. Mm-hmm.
take away who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Strip away who you are. Remember, religion meaning it binds, it binds, it binds. Religion is a chain, is a yoke, is a yoke, is a yoke. The meaning definition of religion is a chain, is a yoke, it binds. And so I was being institutionalized
Mm-hmm.
through colonialism,
Yes.
forgetting and stripping away the essence of who I am as a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you being institutionalized and you are embracing that, stripping away the essence of your being as a
Mm-hmm.
Black woman?
Yeah.
Just reminding you who you are and being mindful of the time. So, with that, let me see. And I hope this, because I'll do a quick recap
Okay.
and a couple
Go ahead.
questions. I'll do a couple
Mm.
before the recap. So, what does the mask symbolize again? The mask symbolizes the facade a woman's wear to navigate through life societal expectation, concealing your true self while shaping interaction and experiences. You know, so at that point, and my next question is: how does societal conditioning contribute to the creation of your mask? Mm. It imposes. It sets a narrow standard. How? Through beauty, behavioral achievement, compelling Black women to conform to the predetermined roles, not predestined, but
Mm-hmm.
predetermined roles, and
Mm-hmm.
deny your authentic expression.
Yes.
In what ways does the mask serve as a shield? The mask protect against judgment, discrimination, prejudice, providing a sense of insecurity or security and control in an unsafe and unwelcoming environment. What are some emotional and psychological costs of wearing the mask? Talked about this yesterday. The mask causes feelings of inadequacy, imposter syndrome, self-doubt, leading to mental, emotional, and spiritual strain. What are the benefits of uncovering moments of liberation? Moments of liberation allow you, the woman, to express your true self, foster deep connections,
Mm-hmm.
empowerment, and personal growth. How
Yes.
can supportive relationship aid in the journey towards authenticity? Supportive relationship aims worth. It affirms your worth. It
Yes.
celebrates your uniqueness and provide a safe space to express who you are. Express your authenticity, helping to
Mm-hmm.
remove the mask. Helping to
Yes.
remove the mask. recap, Confessions of a Black Woman dives into the complexity of the mask that Black women wear to navigate societal expectation. Again, this is just day two. The mask
This is
conceals
just
true
day
selves
two.
while
Yes,
shaping interaction, perception, and experiences. It is a
yes.
product. The mask is a product. The mask is the product, but the mask is also a weapon, and the mask is also weaponized, and the mask
Mm.
is also a product to societally program,
Wow.
protecting you from the true you. So, despite the challenges of
Mhm.
the mask, offers moments of empowerment and resilience. It causes you to disconnect who you are from who you are.
Wow.
So, this
My
particular
goodness.
chapter, it helps you emphasize the importance of self-reflection, challenging assumptions, seeking support, practicing self-compassion, and embracing authenticity. It will encourage you
Mhm.
to take moments of living, moments of self-reflection. Take time for you, learn you, appreciate you, and be gentle to you.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ooh, my
Listening.
goodness. What a night. What? I hope you were taking notes. This is a good nugget. I hope you're going to listen to the replay. I'm going to listen again to this replay and take more notes because it's just, to me, as a wow, confront your mask because you need to. You have to, on this
Mhm.
journey. So thank you again, Dr. Lovella. We're just starting, just scratching the surface. Coach
Yeah.
Tina, do you want to wrap up for us and remind our viewers to purchase and then, give us a final note?
I was just gonna say that thank you, Dr. Lavella. That was awesome. You gave us some great nuggets tonight. I
Yes,
hope all the listeners was really listening and taking those notes because we need to liberate ourselves as Black women from all society's noise. Like she was saying, the noise. We gotta. I stay on that self love because and then you learn from this book how to love yourself, how to liberate yourself from all these the noise and the norms that society has put on us. So make sure you purchase this book. We'll put the link in the will be in the comments that you can purchase this book
Chat.
so you can follow along,
Mhm.
and it's in the chat, and so you can follow us along on this journey. This 21 days. We on tomorrow be day 19. Do not miss tomorrow. We're
yes,
gonna be bringing more from the book that we can actually learn from, and she's gonna drop so many nuggets like she did tonight. So
yes.
you need to be here and take those notes, and let's grow together.
Yeah.
Let's go
And
together on this
just
journey.
to tap in right here, when you learn to honor yourself, when you
Yes,
learn to honor yourself, then you won't seek validation.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they
Yeah.
call you by your title or not is not going to affect who you are or the essence of your being because you
Mm-hmm.
honor yourself. You won't seek validation. We have many women being in places and or spaces taking on
mm,
so they could be validated because they feel, oh, they didn't see me or they don't know who I am. When you honor yourself, they could ignore you all day long. As long as you know who you are
Like
and whose you are, because you honor yourself,
yeah.
that's validation enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
exactly.
That's validation enough.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm,
And your action or your
mm.
presence just can cause that, for them to know you without even introducing yourself, just the way you conduct yourself, the way you kind of really make your presence known by the solution you're bringing on the table, the conversation, that can really make them know that who is she, that they just gonna want to know you without you saying anything,
Yeah.
no title, no nothing, but just the quality of the conversation, the quality of what you bring on the table. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. Talk to the very.
I remember, I know
Thank
coming
you,
to a
thank
close, I
you.
remember years ago, I was at the work source and
Hmm.
I had to, I went to use their fax machine. And while using the fax machine, I had a question. So they sent me to a gentleman. But when I went to the door, I saw that he was supervisor or over, the work source. And I'm like, it's not that serious. I just had a simple question. When I went through or passed through the threshold of the door, he was sitting at his desk. And as I entered and knocked on the door, introduced myself, he didn't have to say anything. It wasn't about the degrees on his walls or ever. The essence or his substance spoke so loudly.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa. Not only did it radiate, it illuminated, but the substance, you could tell that he was matriculated, he was accolated and everything. But it spoke so loudly.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was like, God. And he said, that's what substance look like. A lot
Yeah.
of us are working on the exterior and we are hiding behind the titles. And at the same time, we haven't even tapped into the essence of the core of our being, which is called
Mm-hmm.
substance.
Mm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
saw, remember, embrace what that looks like. And for me at that moment, I said, God, thank you for introducing me to substance. That's what I want to be like. It don't matter where I'm at or whatever. When I walk into the room stands still because they feel sense and know that
Yes.
I'm there based on
Mm.
what
Mm.
substance look like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What substance? When we say substance, the equivalent of the weight. Now I'm going
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
spiritual. The weight of the glory or the weight that was within him. It
Mm-hmm.
spoke so loudly. And just for a
Yes.
woman that could tell who she is by the essence of her being, she's poised in the way she walks or dance to the room. You could tell, whoa, without her even opening up her mouth. We can't tell. So we
Mm.
spend a lot of time again cultivating beauty. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of time cultivating everything else. But don't forget your core, your inner core. Know,
Yeah.
learn who you are. Introduce yourself to yourself. Learn the depths, the height, the breadth of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't be easily moved by emotionalism. You won't be easily
Yes.
moved by the hearsay. You won't be easily moved when they do such and such. Your feet will be planted.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You will know who. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. Oh,
So Jeanine.
amen. Yes, this is just more and more, and really getting to know who you are. It's a process, so you're not gonna do it in 21 days. But we're just giving you the tool. Dr. Lovella is giving you the tools, not me. They're giving you the tools, so you can be able to realize and be able to recognize. But this is something that we all need to do. So I hope this is your homework tonight. Be able to recognize and be able to learn and go back and just listen to this replay because there's so many nuggets that you need so you can be able to do the homework today. Reflect, reflect, reflect. Okay? Thank you so much again tonight.
Mm.
Merci beaucoup encore ce soir. C'était magnifique. Je suis vraiment dans la joie encore ce soir parce que nous étions vraiment, vraiment en train d'apprendre des choses que nous devons faire. Nous devons nous examiner en tant que leader, en tant qu'une personne, en tant qu'une femme. Parce que nous avons perdu nos valeurs en tant qu'une chrétienne, en tant que
Mhm.
des mamans, en tant que des sœurs. Donc ça, c'est une chose que nous devons vraiment faire. Et je nous invite, nous tous, à prendre le temps de réfléchir parce que nous avons besoin de ça. Parce que nous avons 21 jours, mais ce sont des éléments que nous avons besoin pour s'asseoir et connaître qui vraiment nous sommes. Parce que c'est très important. So, merci beaucoup. Et demain, on se voit à 19h, le temps de Dallas. Et merci encore beaucoup. Dr. Lovella a ce bouquin. N'oubliez pas, vous devez acheter ce bouquin sur Amazon et il y aura les liens qui seront comme ça. Vous allez acheter cela. Merci beaucoup. Thank you guys again. This is amazing. It's only day 2. So
Mm-hmm.
do your homework, discover who you are, take the nugget, share, this replay, with your friends, with your family, because this is something that we don't want to keep just for us, but again, the whole community, because this is a movement. Thank you so
Yes.
much again. This was Umoja Global Network with Coach Tina and Dr. Lovella. See you tomorrow night, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.